soon to theaters.
Hello, and welcome back to Coming Soon to Theaters, my on and off show where I talk about the trailers of the past week and discuss what I thought about them. And let's get into it now. On to the worst trailers of the week. First off, we got Lady and the Tramp. Not looking too good. It's the effects of them talking look kind of off, and it looks a little better than the first trailer, but not really that much. Looks like another cheap cash grab. Up next, we got the second trailer for the new Netflix movie, The Laundromat. Now, this movie has come to a lot of people's attention because it's based off of a real-life corruption scandal, and the company behind that actually tried to sue Netflix to take it down. They failed, as they should have, and so it's in a lot of people's attention now. But second trailer is not that good. I've recently reviewed the first trailer. I really liked it. I put it on a must see, but this one, it just seemed kind of annoying in its repetition of money. So yeah, pretty big step down. Up next, we got Peter Rabbit 2: The Runaway. There were a few good jokes in there, but otherwise looks like pretty standard kiddie fare, like with a generic looking plot. Not really a fan of this. And finally, we got Stardog and TurboCat. This list is arranged in alphabetical order, but this really did save the worst for last. It looks pretty bad animated movie with stupid humor, and yeah, and at times the animation doesn't look that good. So yeah, not that great. And now for those that were just okay. First up, we got Bombshell. Like I said before in my first review of the first trailer, the acting looks really good, and this one we got to see a little more of that, which was my main complaint with it. But a lot of it also kind of seems, while it does seem interesting, it just seems kind of like on the nose, particularly that opening scene with Kate McKinnon. Yeah, it does not seem realistic at all. But if you're interested, it's about the Fox News sexual harassment scandal. So if you're interested, you can watch it. Up next is a little indie film called Coldbrook. Looks like a sort of uplifting ghost story about two people who find a ghost and I guess try to help him cross over. Looks pretty good. Looks okay. Nothing really special, but it might be worth watching. Once again, it's called Coldbrook. Up next, we got Fire in Paradise, a new Netflix documentary about a major brush fire and the very busy evacuation process. It looks pretty good. It has a lot of testimonials that seem actually kind of takes you to a very frightening place of where they were at the time. Fortunately, I don't think it has quite the oomph it needs to be into the best territory, but it does get pretty close. So that the name again is Fire in Paradise. And now we got another Netflix movie called Holiday in the Wild. It's a romantic comedy about a girl who falls in love with an environmentalist in Africa. It has a pretty good, pretty interesting setting. It's looks like it could be a nice spin on the romantic comedy, and once again, it's called Holiday in the Wild. Moving on from Netflix into Hulu, the new addition to the Into the Dark series called Pilgrim. It's based around Thanksgiving. It's about a group of pilgrim role players who come to someone's house to reenact the first Thanksgiving, but it turns out like they're all crazy. It's a pretty weird concept that may probably have worked better just as more satire, but the trailer does have some pretty creepy images in it. The main pilgrim is pretty threatening, so it's lukewarm, I guess. And now on to the best trailers of the week. First off, we got the new Netflix film American Son, starring Kerry Washington, based off of the hit play, and it's about a couple looking for their lost son, and it looks like it's going to deal very heavily with race relations. It has some very good acting. Has a very intriguing premise. I mean, like, it's handled in an intriguing way. So yeah, check that out. It's called American Son. And up next, we got an indie movie called Crown Vic. Looks very intense. It's about cops, and that's all that it's really letting us know about it, which is something that I really appreciate. Anyway, as I said before, it looks really intense, and and if you're into this kind of thing, then you should watch it. It's called Crown Vic. Up next, we got Dolittle. Though I'm kind of upset that they didn't go with the original title of The Voyage of Dr. Dolittle, because I think that sounds better than just Dolittle. This is this trailer exceeded my expectations. It's Robert Downey Jr. and a pretty big voice cast. And the trailer has a very strong sense of adventure to it. Good effects. Yeah, it looks like it could be a good family movie. Up next, we got the new Frozen 2 trailer. I like how this shows more of the humor, but without making it front and center. It's still a very adventure-centric trailer. It looks pretty good. I liked the first one, even if it did get kind of like overplayed, and I'm hoping that this will be almost as good, but not enough to be as pervasive as and exhausting as the first one. So anyway, go check that out. Up next, we got the new Netflix documentary called Little Miss Sumo. It's a documentary about a woman who dreams of becoming a sumo wrestler, but has to fight tradition because she's a woman to live up to this dream. It's a very interesting concept. Very interesting trailer. So check that out. Up next, we got a new foreign film on Netflix called The Man Without Gravity. This is an interesting concept. It's about a man who naturally floats and has tried to keep it a secret his whole life, but is now sort of letting the world know. It's a very original and unique concept. Looks very bizarre, but also very good. And yeah, this looks like it could be a great movie. So go check it out. It's called The Man Without Gravity. Up next, we got the new trailer for the Netflix drama Marriage Story, starring Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver. It's about a couple going through a divorce, and it looks really good. Has some great acting, a lot of dramatic heft to it. So go check that out. And now for an indie horror movie called Rabid. It looks very gruesome, so don't watch this if you're faint of heart. But it's looks pretty creepy and very gruesome. It might not be for everybody, but like I think it's good at what it attempts to do. So I guess if you're into gory horror movies, then I guess watch this one. Next up, we got a new trailer called Radio Flash, a post-apocalyptic adventure story that looks pretty intense. So go check that out. It's called Radio Flash. And finally, the Amazon Prime original, The Report. I feel like I may not have fully appreciated the first trailer as I put it in the OK section, but this actually does look pretty good. It's very interesting, very well acted. It's about a report of torture in the counterterrorism unit, starring Adam Driver. It looks pretty good. You should go watch it if you're interested. That's called The Report again. So anyway, thanks for watching all the way through. I know my voice hasn't been very fluid. I think in my next week I'm gonna start writing things down beforehand. So I'm gonna release a few in the upcoming weeks, and so if you want to see more of that, then check that out. And I'll get out a Zombieland 2 review by the end of the week, so stay on the lookout for that.